Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you are doing well. Today, I have the joy and pleasure to have with me Kivanc from Prague, beautiful city again. Kivanc is going to share with us today a little bit more about what he would like to see manifesting on our Terra, on the manifesting a positive reality on Terra. But before we go into talking about this, I would love to first of all welcome you, Kivanc, and also perhaps tell us a little bit more about you and who you are, what your practices is, and what the elements that will perhaps give us some ideas about what you would like to see happening on our beautiful planet. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you very much. Very briefly, I've been a person like multinational, and like I spent the majority of my life outside of the city that I was born in.
Mhm.
I always felt myself as a supranatural or supranational both person. And we have the reality of our lives here, like during those like incarnations of Prague. So like we would let's say like fairly summarize me as a person who is like heavily involved in the travel industry,
Mhm.
has a lot to do with the financial segment also of it, but who on the other hand is clearly a starseed, clearly intuitive, clearly very much involved in the fine arts, and particularly in music.
Wonderful, thank you. And so, with this in the background, that helps us understand a little bit better who you are, but also what you would like to manifest on our beautiful planet. Tell us a little bit more about either your dreams or what would be very tangibly the things you would like to participate in manifesting on our beautiful planet and perhaps upstairs.
Yeah. So everything started like when I listened to that short video that like you released on your channel, like that you talked about this project, and like you encourage everyone to record that short 1 minute video with it. Like, and the moment I received it, it was a very short while after that famous, like I don't know the exact name, but one of those like really like the interesting in-depth interviews again with the let's say the person no need to introduction is Elena Danan.
Mhm.
And in that particular let's say interview, there was this reference to the hub. So the first moment I've heard it, I knew, I sensed it somehow that like that was something to do, particularly in the future, maybe not immediately, but that had some potential. So things immediately started shaping up in my mind, like, and I put them into a little bit structure based on the intuitive, let's say, again, the senses. I was strongly directed to share during that 1 minute video, and
Mhm.
then you of course like they very beautifully compiled and like shared it with the rest of the world. So like even though like they're very beautifully how you encourage people are, please share your dreams and your vision about, mine is also can be classified under this vision.
Mhm.
But I would like to like put a nice let's say citation into when it comes to dreams.
Mhm.
Maybe people like the more I explain, people think that is that your dream really so boring, so structured. My dream is of course like the to be visiting like the beautiful like the eco paradise planets in different star systems. Of course I would
Mhm.
love to do that. I
Yeah.
would love different let's say interactions with different star nations, especially in the form of exchange of art, costumes, like the cultures and everything like that. Definitely that would be my joy and my pleasure to watch, to be a part of. But
Yeah.
when it comes to this project, like I strongly felt this direction to take a little bit more pragmatic approach.
Mhm.
Everyone has got their opinion, of course. Like the more we uncover about our untold history, about everything that we are receiving, sometimes drip by drip, sometimes page by page, thanks to the beautiful feedback and the testimonies of very valuable, let's say, especially the speakers of the events like GISIC. Of course, like no
Mhm.
need to introduce them. So I decided to take this the hub centered approach. How I see everything, like through my own, let's say, inner journeys, like the more feedback that I receive. I'm coming to a conclusion that like there is a huge delay in the natural progress and the evolution of the Earth.
Yeah.
It's natural. Like most of
Mm-hmm.
us, like probably agree the same way. And one very critical method and element in catching up what we are destined to do, what we are, or like what kind of galactic community we are destined to become, and starting interacting as early as possible
Mm-hmm.
would be through diplomacy, would be through trade exchange when it comes like the goods and services, and of course also cultural exchange, these type
Mm-hmm.
of. And the hub immediately resonated with that one, so I immediately started putting the pieces together. My background, my let's say what I went through different lifetimes. In this particular lifetime, all the skills, all those like the let's say the assets, the skills that I know that they are not activated yet. They are
Mm-hmm.
in dormant mode right now, but I know like when the time comes, they will like the let's say come to life. So
Yeah.
I put all these like, and I immediately started visualize myself in a position both corresponding with the diplomatic relations and also the trade regulations.
Hmm.
So sorry for the audience if my if my vision is not so flowers and colors and
No, it's important to have
but that
very
is
tangible things.
yeah. So like the in a nutshell, like this is how I believe I will contribute within my skill set.
Wonderful. And so do you see this happening at first in the Terran sphere per se, and creating this,
Exactly.
facilitating, yeah, this trade, and first among Terrans, or Terrahu, as Elena calls them,
Yeah.
or and then after that bringing that into the hub, which for people who don't know who the hub is, perhaps I'm just going to give a little bit of,
Please
yeah,
do so.
the hub is a structure that's presently being constructed in around Jupiter by our galactic alliance and friends, and also Terran. And the purpose is to create a place where our intergalactic and galactic brothers and sisters will be present and have perhaps some form of representation of trade, of contact, and Terrans will also be there. So it will be an incredible place where we can all join and meet and learn to know about each other. So just wanted to put that out there. So tell us more about the realities of this tangible approach to creating, I don't know, commerce perhaps, or trade. Tell us more. I'm sure you, because you're a very pragmatic person,
My
I'm sure you have more things you want to tell us regarding that. We still
yeah,
have some time.
I believe like even though like the let me not let's say like go too broad, but as I understand humbly, even on the highest administrative level, which would be the intergalactic confederation, even in their own vision, I guess this is a work in progress.
Yeah.
Because like the as we go, like there are certain elements are being added, like the certain intel is being shared with us, mostly through dear Elena Danan, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then like at the beginning, I thought like that it was a very good idea and that would be something very tangible. And some time after that, within a following video, like the day after the GISIC, like when she was interviewed by dear Dr. Michael Sala,
Mm-hmm.
she of course like the translated and the let's say channeled the answer of the Torhan Heredium,
Mm-hmm.
which was about like the let's say limiting the number of the nations like within those signatories of the Artemis Accords.
Yeah.
So I thought immediately like I became pessimist. I got pessimism. Okay, neither the country I'm living in nor the country I'm a citizen of are the signatories of the. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I won't be allowed in. But
Mm.
just yesterday, like when Elena again like shared the episode number 2 of the space news,
Yeah.
like a few times she emphasized, like really underlined that, like that in the civilian way format, like everyone, all the Earth citizens are going to be like the allowed in it.
Mm.
So immediately I saw myself, started visioning myself again in the picture.
Wonderful.
So and like why I like the immediately agreed with it, like the when I like foresee it like in certain pockets of Earth, because apparently it's going to take 2 to 3 Earth years to complete the structure. Until that time, of course, based on the earthly events, political, economical, social, there might be still a chance like to create those oases, those pockets, those facilities. The first contact like can take place.
Yeah.
This is how I like started visioning and probably co-create that reality as a participant. So like there are a few elements that I see that Earth needs, especially in the human element, in the human resources. Like we need some catch up.
Yeah.
I, while presenting them, like I'm very sorry, I will have to have some assumptions, some generalizations, but like we need what's some kind of starting point to build our thesis based upon. So
Yeah.
that's why my intention is like never ever to create more division or more let's say separation at all. It would be better to tell it at the beginning. So imagine that like the Earth and the solar system have apparently plenty of very attractive elements, be it gold, be it other natural resources, be it other elements. We cannot know, we can just speculate. And apparently, based on the intel that we keep on receiving, there are plenty of other, let's say, galactic or intergalactic civilizations that are going to be very willing to first set foot on
Yeah.
the hub, first on Earth, and do their exchange. And it could be the trade, or it might be something else that we cannot even imagine now. So again, like here starts my generalization. Certain beings, civilizations that are on the higher, let's say, steps of the ladder of the consciousness, they wouldn't interact with, or they would prefer not to interact with, let's say, harshly service to self beings,
Yeah.
harshly, let's say, um, let me not call it nefarious, but who puts themselves in the center of everything.
Yeah.
So, of course, we have a very good basis on Earth. There are plenty of envoy programs, God knows how many hundreds of millions. There are various numbers. I'm not going to speculate about it. We have that basis. So definitely I can envision that like there are going to be the specialist stars that are going to be maybe the first layer who's going to really bring that like the first contact with various star nations and play the role of a bridge, like tell the message to the rest of the humanity, the rest of the Earth service population. But here is the but. These beautiful souls are so, I'm generalizing, they are so gentle, sometimes fragile, sometimes naive. And I think there would be a, a very wide variety of, let's say, different civilizations that are going to visit the soul system and start trading it. They're not going to be all very benevolent.
Yeah.
They're going to be like mid layers, like who are maybe on a higher level, but still who would do their tricks to maximize their gains when it comes to negotiation, when it comes to trade deals. So I see a clear, let's say, how should I say, a clear field that is that needs support, and that comes like in terms of training, education, our beautiful, let's say, starseeds, to make them get really used to the maybe the more pragmatic realities of the trade, commerce, finance.
Yeah.
I'm not saying at all that there are not such rules, such souls within the legacy financial system, but it is like kind of a fact to all of us that like in order to survive in those environments, you have to have certain harsh characteristics, and that wouldn't be very tangible when it comes to let's say, performing, facilitating these traits, at least regulating these traits with
Mhm.
the higher consciousness civilizations. So this is where I see the sweet spot.
Okay. There's so much there. I mean, we could have this conversation for 3 hours because it's so fascinating what you say and how, yes, like you say, the trait is really important, but also this sensitivity of the humans to be in a frequency that will be convenient for these exchanges. It's really an interesting conversation and topic we could talk for hours about. Unfortunately, we reached our 15 minutes. I'm so sorry. Time flies very fast, but I think your idea is very unique and very. It's going to be needed. It's going to be very, very important because we're still in transitions. You know, as humans on Terra, we're still transitioning in our frequency and in our dreams, but also in our capacity to be in a positive way of interacting with our brothers and sisters. So I think what you bring is very important and very, very interesting. So
if I may conclude everything into two virtues, it is about the discernment and balance.
Absolutely.
Like every human soul is going to go through their own journey to build up those which are going to be the key elements to make us equal with the other star nations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they are at the basis of getting our frequency much higher. So I believe I totally agree with you. Thank you very much, Kivanc, for this really inspiring sharing of what you want to bring. Thank you so much. And take immense care of yourself. Thank you again for participating in the project.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Have a lovely day. Bye.